New music? I'm confused.
It is. It's a little bit obvious, but
Fair.
yeah, still looking for that perfect Bushidos theme
Bushidos
song.
soundtrack.
But hard to go bad with Kill Bill. Good morning, good afternoon, good time of the day in whatever part of the world you are in. Hello, Adam.
Hello, Evan. How's it going?
Going well. Going well? I guess so.
Going well.
Going good. Going well. Yes.
Going well. Well is technically the correct answer to that.
It is.
Like, how are you doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing. It's
Yes.
Well.
Yes. Well.
Exactly.
Well. Yes. So,
it's a syntax lesson for the morning. Yes.
That's right. So that's what you come here for, syntax lessons.
Yes.
Now we know how to start this show every week. So we are here to initially talk about Bushidos. Very exciting to announce some casting in the world of Bushidos from holders of Bushidos characters, and those characters becoming part of the comic series, which is well into production right now. And then we're going to use this slot every week to focus on specific things, but then also give kind of a general Macroverse update, kind of overall things that we can talk about, perhaps little hints at things that we're working on that we can't quite talk about yet, because there are a lot of those going on at the moment. But excited to just kind of use this space in the week to catch up a little bit. So let's start with Bushidos. I'm sure anyone who has thrown their Bushidos and Ronin into the mix are waiting with bated breath, as I know I am. So let's just recap real quickly. So, Bushidos and Ronin collection created by Jeremy Booth, a credible artist and illustrator. We brought that into the Macroverse, under the Macroverse umbrella about, close to a year ago now?
Yeah, a little over a year. About a year ago we brought it on officially. Yes, been working with them for like a year and a half.
Yeah, exactly. But officially a Macroverse project as of about a year ago. We went through this incredible process with the community of holders to develop the fundamental rules of this world and kind of the general story that we were going to tell here. And we've been hard at work telling that story now for the past about a year. So if you go back a few streams ago, which you can find on our YouTube channel, we did a kind of a cool preview of a bunch of the anthology episodes that we've been producing with characters from the collection and from the holders. Those are all very close to finished and will start to be released out through the Macroverse mobile app and beyond. And we're into now beginning episode 7 of 8 in the core Bushido storyline, and could not be happier with how that is coming out. So shout out to Nicholas Castell, who's the artist on that series. Adam's been the primary writer on it. It's just been a very, very cool process to see it all come together. And then, we had this revelation a couple weeks ago where we've got these characters in this series, and we've been doing this with our other collections. We need to bring characters from the collection into the series as the main characters. And so we asked the community to present their Ronin and Bushidos as potential characters. And we got a whole bunch of submissions. I'm just going to, kind of quickly scroll through some of these amazing Ronin characters, all of these very cool Bushidos characters, just again, in a testament to Jeremy's fantastic artwork. This was a hard thing to comb through, because there are so many incredibly cool ones in the collection. So, in this case, as we talked about in the initial overview for this, we were challenged with needing to kind of retrofit the characters that we created specifically for the comic and make those correlate to submissions that we got here in this casting process. And so, this won't be the way we do it going forward, but we just wanted to kind of bring all this together where, characters from the collection would be, again, sort of utilized as these main characters. I think we have a way where we tie that into the story where it makes sense that, we've been chatting about. But essentially what we're going to do today is just announce the people that submitted their characters, and say who are the people that got cast, essentially. And then over the next couple of weeks, we're going to start to show, this is the character in the comic, this is the character from the collection, and these are now being merged into one character that exists in the canonical story and world of the Bushido. So today's the announcement of who got cast, and then the reveal of which specific character and which specific character in the comic do they correlate with or coincide with, will be forthcoming as well. So, continue to stay tuned for that. But Adam is going to announce the specific people, and then we'll put up a tweet later this afternoon as well on the Bushidos profile. Again, sort of recapping who got cast and what comes next as far as that goes. So, Adam, drum roll.
Yay! No, very exciting. And again, just to reiterate what Evan said, it was a tricky process going through this. Now, it's funny because we've done the casting process before, and that presents its own kind of unique challenges of trying to figure out, like, who is this character and what do they do and what do they look like. And this was a little bit different just because we were retrofitting this to something that already existed and getting a sensibility and a vibe from the character collection. But I think we found some great people now, and I'm excited to kind of dive in and make those announcements. And I think we've got some good stuff. So, not that it will mean anything to you. I will let you know the name of the character and then who has been cast with it. And then that'll obviously be announced in the Twitter thread and all that kind of fun stuff as well. But the first one is our solo hero, Ronin, name of Reyes. So what's funny is, of course, we've tweaked and we've teased quite a few of these images, but now we'll get to find out kind of who they are in the context of the comic. So Reyes the Ronin, winner of that is Viha. You submitted a fantastic looking Ronin. Viha, it's you. Very happy. Great looking sword, great looking face. Feel like it's very close. We've got a cool, again, as Evan was saying, we've got a great idea about how to tie the character collection very directly now into the comic and how to stitch those things together even slightly better. Give it a bit more
cohesion. Adam just froze. Oh no.
What? Sorry.
Oh, you just froze for a second. Yeah.
I'm frozen. Am I back?
Yeah, you're back. You're back.
Oh,
I think you dropped off in the middle of giving it a little more cohesion.
Oh, great. Well, that's okay. Then I was just rambling.
So Viha, number one.
Viha, yay! The second one is Mara. She is one of our other Bushidos, one of our leads. And all right, I've been trying to pronounce this name properly, but I cannot figure it out. I keep trying to get the words wrong. So Atretam, Atretam. I think I finally got that right. Atretam. Anyway, yes. Yeah, you submitted a fantastic looking Bushido, kind of a jewel in the middle, greener face, big fangs, just great. Love that. So yes, Atretam. I'm going to say Atretam, and then you can correct me later. You are Mara. Going on through, we have
one of my favorite characters. Congratulations.
Oh yeah, Mara's great. She's a fun one in the book.
Yeah.
Samael. So our character Samael, she's kind of arrogant, and then loses some of that over the course of the show, as you'll see. But he's great. He's a lot of fun. He's going to be an interesting character to follow. And Jacobo. You submitted a Bushido with like a mustache, like a white mustache, white horns, jewel in the middle, kind of a red top, red face. You are going to be Samael. Well done.
Well done.
And for our hero 4, there are four heroes for those that remember it. Sisaman Sisamon, he's actually a monk in our lore. But kind of, he's also the kind of fun, he's slightly the comedic relief along the way. Classic Jethro. You are going to be, you submitted a Bushido with kind of an orange face. It had a green visor and then the crescent moon kind of horns on top. You are going to be Sisamon. So well done. Yes. Yay. So those are our kind of main 4 characters. Those are our 4 leads. That's who the story and adventure kind of centers around. So they, head off onto their trek, onto their voyage. However, we did also want to add in one other. There is a character that's coming up in episode 7, which is literally being started right now. I won't say too much more about her, but her name is Aguda, and she's a priestess. And I think that's all I'm going to say for now. But want to do something a little bit different here. Have some other kind of fun and play with some other looks. So beat1.eth, you submitted this great looking one with this kind of white and red mask on. They're like these red stripes over the face. Really cool. Red eyes, kind of a double pointed horns on the front, yellow hood, yellow top. So you are going to be this character. Aguda, she is not one of the leads, but she is... she's in the last couple of episodes of this first series, and I suspect she's going to end up recurring down the road as well. Congratulations, those guys. Just to recap, it is Viha for the Ronin. It is Atretam for Mara. It is Jacobo for Samael. Sisamon is Classic Jethro. And Aguda is beat1.eth. So congratulations, everyone. Well done. Very fun. Thank you for playing. And, there'll be details on the next steps and all that fun stuff Evan will go into and we'll have out in the Twitter thread.
And then, we mentioned this in the last call about this, or the last stream about this, but we have also already cast one of the 8 Fallen Ronin in the series. So there is a Fallen Ronin that appears, and that one has already been cast. However, because there are only 8 Fallen Ronin, and all 8 have a role to play. One of you, and forgive me, Adam, who was the person that submitted their Fallen Ronin as well?
Scarhand.
Good name.
Great
especially
name.
For a Fallen Ronin. So Scarhand, we would like to go ahead and cast your Fallen Ronin. And if there are any other Fallen Ronin holders that are either watching or that that you could let know that we would like to be in touch to go ahead and have those in place to include down the road, we would love to make that connection. So we'll be reaching out if you don't reach out to us, but we do want to make sure all the Fallen Ronin can play a role, because they're kind of important in the collection and therefore also in the world. So next steps for everyone that just got mentioned. We will endeavor to reach out to you through DMs, but also the ideal way for this to happen is for you to just email us at bushidos@macroverse.com. It'll be great if you can include actually, in this case, you don't know which of your characters got specifically cast yet. So if you just reach out and say, hey, I was one of the people that got cast, in the Bushidos, we can get you the appropriate licensing agreements and, go through the very easy, but just kind of next steps of getting that official and getting them into the series that way. And then finally, as an additional opportunity / thank you for playing, thank you for participating, for everyone that submitted, if you would like to have your Bushidos or Ronin in the mix, then also reach out to us at this same email address, bushidos@macroverse.com. And we would be happy to send you the kind of extras casting licensing agreement that we have. That doesn't mean that you wouldn't necessarily find yourself with the opportunity to be bumped up to a larger role if the story ever goes to a place where we're going like, oh, that background character from episode 8 would be perfect to make, a more foreground character in season 2, let's say. Like, that absolutely could happen. So, at the same time, we just kind of want to include as many people that have participated in this somewhere in the series as we can. So if you're down for that, if you're interested in just seeing your character and live in this world somewhere, then make them available to us by reaching out through this email, and we will send you the extras licensing agreement for those characters, and that'll be a good way for us to move forward with as many people as we possibly can.
And I think just to double down on that, I think it's nice to have a kind of pool of license extras that we can pull from. So anytime, Nicholas is, well, we can call it out in the script. It's like, hey, let's feature these couple of people here. Great. We can just, we know we have it lined up. We'll obviously let you know and go from there.
Exactly. And, as we need these characters in the background, I love the notion that we'll have this, kind of collection of these are the characters we can pull from that Nicholas on the main series or any of the artists that we work with across Bushidos, we can say like, hey, pull someone that you think works for this particular scene, or we've got 3 people in the background of this, saloon, then put a couple of these guys in there somewhere. I think that's gonna be fun for us, for you, and for the artists as well, to be able to just kind of pull cool characters into the different scenes and sequences in the story. Cool. So Bushidos at Macroverse.com is your next step. Again, we will put a tweet thread together and post this in Basecamp in Discord as well, so that everybody can find what to do next and where to go from there. And I think that wraps up what we have to talk about on Bushidos. Let's give a quick update kind of around the other projects and a couple of things that are going on across the Macroverse. As I said, there's a lot. So there's a lot we can't quite talk about yet. But a bunch of conversations and kind of potential partnerships and deals and collaborations and all kinds of new content that we're in various stages of either figuring out or beginning to get into early stages of production on. You're going to see stuff from us both in the digital world on our apps and impending platform, as well as in the physical world through places like Kickstarter, as well as into traditional comic stores, bookstores, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We're working on some stuff with comic companies that you've definitely heard of. We're doing some stuff with some very interesting legacy content in the comics industry, which is, I think, really going to be interesting to people that love this art form the way that we do. Some production technologies that have never really been utilized this way before. So there's a lot of very cool things that we'll be able to talk about over the next several months, which I think people are going to be very excited about. Let's do a quick check-in across the other projects. So talked about Bushidos. Adam, you want to talk a little bit about what's going on in Vogu world?
Yes. So Vogu, we greenlit our first half dozen shorts, which is great. We've got art coming in. We have of those, we got 4 artists. We had kind of 4 artists like lined up and ready to go, and so those went out immediately. And we've actually got our first couple of. I'm literally looking at them right now. We got our first couple of things back in. We got our first couple of pages back, just roughs at this point, but wow, they look good. Which is exciting. It's just going to be great. And so digging in and fleshing out the world of Vogu in this way initially, and then obviously on from there, it just reignites the excitement around this. I think there is a very, Vogu, there's a very kind of strong, it's an incredibly appealing and immediately kind of grabbing brand and project. And I think that we're seeing that as people, in people's responses to it, what it's looking like, how people are, as they're looking at the art, as we're talking to other people about the projects that we have and are working with. Vogu is always, just always much loved. So yes, more to come there shortly, going on the, writing the core series as well. Evan's taking the lead on that one, which is fun. So yeah, it's all, full steam ahead. We've got, I think, one of the artists who just finished a Wanderers piece is going to come and do a piece for Voguers for us as well. And their Wanderers piece, we haven't put up finals yet, but oh my God, it's incredible. So yeah, very, very cool. Just excited for that.
Just a little sneak peek from one of the Vogu, again, sort of rough stories, rough layouts at this stage for Rommel's Vogu story. But love this idea of the the kind of wild chopping chef here, which is kind of awesome.
It's just great.
Yes. Very cool. And yes, the getting in Wanderers pages. I think we're on the last 2 stories now for Wanderers that are getting final art in.
Yeah.
And actually maybe the last one now that we've just gotten these last couple of pages.
I think so. Yeah, we could be down to the final one. Yeah. So yes, very exciting.
So very, very cool stuff there. And as Adam said, the artist that we just got pages in for Wanderers is about to now shift over and do a Vogu story also, which is very cool.
And given what we've seen, I mean, it's funny because we have worked with them before, and they produce fantastic work, and it was great.
Just keep getting better.
these Wanderers pages, just holy shit, just amazing, just stunning. So very, very exciting. We want to keep them busy with us for a long time.
We definitely want to keep them busy. Yes. And actually it's cool. So, this particular artist has now touched something in the world of Bushidos, Wanderers, Dead Town, and now Vogu. So it's getting quite a little collection of cross project work from him, which is great.
Yep.
So that's what's going on with Vogu. Yeah, well, full speed ahead now on the getting the main series up and running, working with Jason Trinidad on that, and then looking towards the Koala Intelligence Agency.
Yep.
So we are talking to artists right now about getting the first shorts up and running. So what we're doing there is a little different than what we've done in other projects, where we're focused on more of a comic strip format. And so, doing not necessarily truly daily strips, but very much in the style of daily strips. So multiple, single panel to 3 panel kind of main, strip style comics with possibly a couple of, kind of bigger Sunday funny, kinds of pages in there as well. So we're just putting the right team together for that right now. But there have been a bunch of wonderful koalas that have been thrown into the casting pool, and people sharing ideas over on the KIA Twitter as well. So if you have a koala and want to throw them into the casting pool for those strips, by all means, go do that in the Twitter thread. I believe it's pinned on the top of the Koala Intelligence Agency profile. If you've got ideas for jokes or gags or single panel strips or 3 panel strips, throw those up there as well. So with the KIA in particular, the artist that we bring on is going to be kind of stalking that thread specifically, and then essentially pulling these characters, these ideas, and marrying them together with his or her and our sensibility to create this series of strips. That's going to be a lot of fun to see how that all comes together as we get up into production there. Also, kind of a little tease, we're very heavily considering a collaboration with another project there, which could be a little. It will be a little bit of a fun twist reveal, I think, as it all plays out. So definitely some fun in the world of the KIA. On the Dead Town front, there are 2 things that I want to say. One, be a little careful about how I say it. So we are somewhere around 4 to 6 weeks from launch of our comics platform. We're migrating everything over to mainnet right now, getting all the content uploaded and ready to go. Then we'll deploy smart contracts and kind of announce the official minting date for the first collection of epics, which are our digital collectible comics format that we've been developing for the past year and a half or so. And we're very excited about that. To coincide with that, we're doing something with the Dead Town collection. So little tease on exactly what that is. It won't be too big of a hop, skip, and a jump for anyone that has been involved with the collection for a while. As I like to say, traits in the collection matter in a way that they don't necessarily in some other collections. We are doing things with specific traits over time. And the first of those things in any sort of bigger way will happen along with the launch of the platform. So we'll have much more to say about that as we get a little bit closer. But just keep an eye out for a couple of cool things in the world of the Dead Town collection as we get closer to the launch of the platform. And then finally, the good old GSA. So this is our other collection that is kind of ours under the Macroverse umbrella, Galactic Secret Agency. So one thing I will say is that it is an interesting coincidence that we've got a group of aliens that are out exploring the universe, and they're an agency looking around for interesting adventures in the universe. And then we've got another collection that also has the word agency in their title, who are perhaps a little more earthbound. So, there could be something interesting there. We do have a whole first lore episode of the GSA completed that we haven't released yet, which will happen along with a lot of the other stuff that kind of spins up and out and will finally get out there. And then Rommel has written, the first season of the series as well. And we had an artist on board for that who unfortunately fell out. So I'm just going to say part of why that's taken a while to spin up and running is finding the right artist for it, which is always critically important.
And just to touch on it a tiny bit more, that happens. We've dealt with that a number of times, obviously, but actually with Bushidos, funnily enough, a year and a half ago.
And Bushido is a great example. It's like, it took us a little while to find Nicholas. And then once we found Nicholas, it was just like, this is the perfect match. And he's been amazing to work with. And that's always what we're looking for, is this combination of incredible talent and ability to visually represent this world and tell this story. But quite frankly, for anyone that is a professional creative, you also need to be able to deliver and, show up and respond to emails and messages and, kind of do the things that people do in a professional capacity. And, for Adam and I, having both been on every side of that as people that are both delivering things on time and on, budget for a lot of our careers, as well as now increasingly hiring people to come and work with us to deliver things on time and on budget. It's important. Like, if you're trying to build a career around being a creative, at least be in communication. That's I think the biggest thing to say about that. We certainly will always try to accommodate people's circumstances, and things happen in life, and all that is fine. I think we're incredibly easy and reasonable to work with, but be in communication about what's going on. So anyway, yes, for GSA, we are still on the hunt for who the perfect artist for that is, and once that comes together, then that series will move forward in some fashion as well. And then I think the last thing to say is, if you don't know, we have an incredible mobile app, and I would encourage everyone who comes across this to go try it. So check out the Macroverse app on iOS or Android. It's available in both app stores. Macroverse Next Gen Comics. You'll see nothing but glowing reviews. I think one weird exception, but lots of 5-star reviews and wonderful comments. I think everyone that gets involved in the platform really does seem to love it as much as we do, which is an awfully nice thing to hear. And there's a really cool series currently coming out on the app called Digital Pools, and you're going to hear a lot more about digital pools going forward. There's a full set of anthology stories, and episode 5 of the main series just came out this week. It's a weekly release for those episodes, and there's a lot more following that we're preparing to launch on the app as well. and some things that we'll be building over the next year or so, which will create a tighter connection between the app and the broader Macroverse ecosystem. So there'll be a lot to come in that regard as well. But most importantly, for our benefit, to be incredibly selfish, I will say, please try the app and let us know what you think. I mean, we are very open for all kinds of feedback. We do love the glowing reviews. But if you have other ideas or suggestions for how we can make this better, how to make it more exciting, how to make it more, sticky, like, what do you want to see? What do you feel like would keep your attention? Like anything that's, useful criticism, we are here for it. We want this to be the premier digital comics experience on the planet. And, we're very excited about what we built, but that doesn't mean that it's 100% fully formed by any means.
Yep.
So let us know. Try it out. Let us know. iOS and Android, lots more coming there as well. Did I miss anything, Adam?
No, I think that's it. We got through the important stuff. As always, lots of stuff kind of bubbling, but it's nice to feel like we're moving on some of these things again, which have been dormant for a little bit. So very, very glad. Look for the tweet this afternoon about the Bushidos casting. And obviously there'll be a lot more about KIA, especially with the daily strips. Vogu plowing ahead. It's all good. Yep, great stuff.
It's all good. And if you're an artist or a writer, but I think an artist especially at this moment, who likes to make comics, like we'd also love to see your work. So submissions at macroverse.com is always a good email to submit stuff, or maker@macroverse.com also works for that purpose. But we're always looking for more awesome artists to bring into the work that we're doing. So if that's you, show us what you got. Otherwise, to circle back to the beginning of this stream, look for a Twitter thread going up later today that announces the Bushidos casting. And again, just kind of reiterates next steps in that process as we bring your Bushidos and Ronin characters and this incredible Bushidos comic series fully together.
To life.
Indeed. All right. Have a fantastic Friday. It is Friday.
It is Friday. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend.
Yes.
Enjoy the rugby.
And clarification, we had to move this live stream from yesterday to today because of another meeting that came up for yesterday that we needed to be at. But generally, our updates will be on Thursday. So just realizing, for sake of clarity, Thursdays will be the general Macroverse update slot. But thank you for joining us today. Lots more to come. Come see us in the Discord, discord.gg.macroverse. Go download the app, like, subscribe, all the stuff. And we'll see you next week.
See you next week. Thanks, everyone.